Hey, how we doing? I got there in the end. Dear, oh dear. Camera issues, people. How we all doing? Let me just sort out the chat. Let me get the chat up here. Colin was the first one in today. I'm sure when I fire it across onto the main screen, he'll disappear. So there we go. Just get me housework in order. Get my house in order even. There we go. Right, we've got loads in today. Loads and loads and loads in. Right, let's have a look then. So we'll say, well, it's loads in. I've lost track here now of all the people. We got Mr. Man Cave in, right, Sean? I think you're up the top now, but it's chopped a load of chat off when I put it across. Afternoon, Michael Hyde, Keith Brandel, Benji. Hi, Benji, Mac Vision 3D. Excuse me. Daniel's in. Hi, Daniel. Phil the Power Taylor. How you doing, Phil? Keith's in. Hi, Keith. Who else we got? Nick Petronics. Afternoon, Nick. Harb. Hello, Harb. How you doing? Well. Dear. Theo's in. Didn't miss it today, Theo. Dom's in. Am I doing the pots? I wasn't that late, Dom. No, I had problems. Like this main camera wasn't connecting and my overhead camera wasn't connected. So I had to reboot the software, unfortunately. You know how it is. Brett. Hi, Brett. Hi, Simon's World. Thank you for the battery thingies that you sent me, Simon, as well. I haven't found anything that'll fit them yet, but we might have a look at those later if you remind me. Hi, Rob Bond. How are you? I think I said hello to Brett, didn't I? Gavin. Hi, Gavin. Dave Rhodes. Hi, Dave. I missed that. Your first stream in a while. Welcome back, mate. Doug's in. Hi, Doug. Dave Roberts. Hello, Dave. Afternoon to you, mate. I think that's everybody. So I've been quite busy this week, actually. Wild Geese. Good afternoon to you. I've been pretty busy. Well, since I think it was Wednesday. I spent 3 days trying to sort this RP30 out, the Hunter, and I spent another day messing about finishing up the R200 that we're going to give away next week. So thanks to everybody that's entered that. There's quite a few as well. It's one of the most entries yet. So obviously the R200 is quite a popular radio. But it'd be interesting to see who gets that. It's not very nice weather here today. It's been raining on and off. It's not raining at the moment, but I'm sure it will do again for us at any moment. So off out with the doggies shortly. I've got 3 boxes to unwrap today. Let's get that light up out of the way. There we go. 3 boxes to unpack. I know what's pretty much in them. There's one that I'm not 100% sure what's in it, but I think one of them's got 2 or 3 radios in. So we're going to have a look at those. But first of all, what was I going to say? First of all, we need to have a look at the R200. So let's stick the main camera on. Not sure what the webcam's looking like. Sort of, that's about right there. So what have I done to this? I've done a fair bit actually. This is the chassis. It's back together. I polished the top. I couldn't resist it. I wasn't going to, but I have. The reason for that was there was a really horrible scratch. Someone's obviously tried to take one of these out and slipped with a screwdriver right up through here. It almost looked like there was a crack in the dial, but it wasn't. It was someone had slipped with a screwdriver, and there's a real gouge up there. So I've had to wet and dry that back. So that's absolutely gone now, as you can see. So it's got an almost brand new looking dial glass. Grommets had to be done as per usual. 3 grommets in this. One of them was I don't know what they'd done to it, but it was like a bit of rubber. So that's been done. There was 3 more of the non-electrolytic caps that had to be done. One up here, you can see the orange one up by the volume pot. If we go around the other side, there's one down here, and there was that one there, I believe, or that one of those two. I think it was that one there that needed doing, and that was those little wax ones, and I've got them here. I've got all 3 caps, so we'll have a quick look at those on the meter. You can have a guess if you like and see what these are in nanofarads. So it should be 250, no, I get confused with this. Yeah, 250 nanofarads, 100 nanofarads, and 20 nanofarads it should be. But it ain't. So let's just get me stand. No, that's the meter. I want the stand. And happy 4th of July, by the way, for all our USA viewers. 4th of July, Independence Day for the US today. Had to get that in. So we've got a lot of viewers from the US of A. I think we got Keith, we got Doug in. Afternoon, Rob Titherich, how are you, mate? Trying to think who else we got in. Don't know if Dave Malek's about. No, he's not about yet, I don't think. But yeah, we got a few in from the States, so happy Independence Day. Cheers. I'm on the cup of tea from lunch. Right. So let's go with the biggest one first. This is 0.25 microfarads, which I believe is 250. Is that right? 0.25, 250 NF. I get confused as hell with all these different markings and readings. I'll double check. 0.25, yeah, 250 NF. I put a 270 back in it rather than go down to a 220, so I've got 270 gone back in. So this should be 250 NF. Do you want to have a guess as to what it actually is? Let's get the camera down a minute. It's one of these little wax things. They're not normally that bad, really, but you know, they're not as bad as, say, an Evolve set, but these might be a bit poorly. 250 NF. Terry Blackman, good afternoon to you, Terry. You having a play on the records today, Keith, are you? Good one, mate. We had a bit of a go on the records last night, actually. Mrs. Cruncher's a bit worse for wear this morning. Walker Mindy said, nano, nano. Yeah, Anthony Carter, how you doing, mate? 320, 250, 380? I'll say it should be 250. 250 NF it should be. Dirty Diaper, how you, mate? South Carolina. Happy July the 4th to you as well, mate. Keep up the good work with the live streams. Gotta love that CB jargon over there. Brilliant stuff. I can't understand how people understand what you say. It's just so quick and it's very good. So if you want to watch a proper on the air CB channel, then have a look at Mr. Dirty Diaper's live streams. Strange, very strange name, but yeah, it's a good channel, mate. Some nice old gear there as well. 340. Let's go for it then. I hope if I push the right button. 555.9. He's miles out there. He's more than doubled. Who's closest to that then? 380, Gavin. Gavin's closest with 380. No worries, Anthony. So yeah, that was more than double what it should be. Okay, then the next one then. This is 0.1, so this should be 100 NF. Another one of these waxy type ones. They're much lighter than the ones that you see in the bigger valve sets, but I think that's probably because they're smaller and they don't take as much current or voltage. Although these are rated at, well, they're rated at 150 volts DC. They're rated at. It's unlikely to see more than 9 volts. That is. So it's 0.1, which is 100 NF. It's a fair way out, isn't it? 190. Brett's saying 400. Is that for the for this one, Brett, or for the last one? There's a little bit of a lag on here. 2001 NF, Keith. Whoa, that'd be massively out. That would be two microfarads. Oh, 200 NF. Right, I got you. I got you. 20,000 picofarads or 200,000 picofarads, Nick. You're just trying to confuse me. You want me to get my chart out again, don't you? Oh, it's all got to the power of 10s and that on this. That's totally confusing. 200,000. That's 20,000. 200 NF. I'm with you, Nick. I got you, mate. 200 NF. I got there in the end. Oh, this is for this one, Brett, is it? Okay. Excuse me, finishing up my cup of tea. I've got some beer ready to go. Nothing exciting on the beer front. Just using up new old stock. I glued this thing back together as well. The old wedgie wedge. It's all got sticky all over it. I don't know what the hell that is, but it's everywhere. Andrew Harris, afternoon, Andrew. How are we doing then? We're looking for 100 NF. We're supposed to be 100 NF. All done? All done? Ready? $234. 234. We got some 220s. We got Benji on 220. We got Dom on 230. Gotta be closest, Dom, you. It's Dom. Dom's closest. Driver film shortwave. Top of the tree. Right, and the very last one is 20 NF. And it's one of these little brown Hunts things. You know how bad they were in the rest of the radio. And this one was across the volume control. So I haven't tested this radio either since I've replaced these three. So it might not work again now. It was a pain in the neck last week, wasn't it, this radio? So right, 20 NF, what do you think? Hi Luigi, how are you? Yeah, we're good, mate. Well, I am anyway. Drop it in the post. Oh dear. We didn't actually check all the other caps, actually, did we? Because we've got all the Plessies that we took out of it. We checked the brown ones, but I don't think we checked the pluses. But let's not get bogged too far down into the capacitor bingo at this stage. 0, Keith. 0.03 microfarads. That's 30 NF, Nick. You're just trying to confuse me, aren't you? Afternoon, Pryor. John, how you doing, mate? $28.3. That'd be pretty close, Dave, wouldn't it? That would be almost in spec. 80, Daniel. Was Brett had a go? It was close, Brett, but yeah, Dom got it. 44. Okay. Are we all done? Are we all done? Well, around about 98, look, 97.9, 98. So 100 is pretty close, Anthony. I think it's got to be Anthony, isn't it? Bearing in mind, it should be 20. It should be 20. So there you go. That's the 3 that I changed. I actually did those yesterday morning, actually. Right, what else have I done then? Let's zoom back out again. What else have you done, Graham? So like I say, I put new grommets in. You can see all 3 grommets have been changed. I've done more to this than I was going to, wouldn't I? I was going to let somebody else do it, but I just got carried away, you know how it is. Done that one down there, obviously across the volume pot. And moving on to the case, I've painted on the Roberts badge. Look. So it's been re-chromed with the pen that Sean gave me, so thanks very much for that, Sean. So that's nice. There was also some silver paint down here, and I've got most of it off, but I don't want to go mental because I'll break through the covering. So that's what I've done to it. All that's really left to do is to give it an alignment, really, and put it back together. Let's grab the speaker out. Let's pop that there for a second. I'm going to make sure I get the right wires on the right thing. So that's the power. So yeah, it's going to pay you if you've got one of these to get those all of those caps done. I know people don't like recapping stuff for the sheer hell of it, but you know, it's proven time and time again that you do need to do the caps in these. And I think going forward, you'll get even better performance out of it if you do the resistors as well. But I'm not going to do the resistors. I've changed a couple that were out of spec down here that we did last time. But if you remember back to the previous episode, the issue was that one of the connections on the selector switch was off. Right, let's get some 9 volts going on up here. Let's connect up speaker. Like I say, I've not tried this since I've done those caps, so it should improve the audio. Alright, let's turn the volume right down. Still works. Oh yes. That is a lot louder. A lot louder. Right.
With the free choice of tyre, having not made it into the top 10 in qualifying yesterday, he's using that well. Had a good start, then had a good restart as well to get ahead of Charles Leclerc. And now he's in 5th place with a nice open.
Oh, hello. Grand Prix, is it?
Okay, so he's the
I missed watching them.
drivers who was on the soft tyre to come into the pit lane now. So
I'm just using the active antenna.
Pit stop. We'll just see whether it's going to be a clean stop for Sebastian Vettel. Swings into the Aston Martin
That
garage.
sounds very good.
On go the soft tyres, on go the hard tyres, and away he goes. Neat and tidy there for Vettel. We'll see where he comes out compared to his teammate Lance Stroll.
Francis, whatever it was. Around them. This time he's just been pushed into the cup. Jenny.
Engineers that I spoke to coming into this race said if you start on a soft tyre, even if you get it to lap 18, this sort of duration.
All those soft runners have our suggestion. Good afternoon.
It's picking up loads.
Best of friends.
It's picking up absolutely loads. Multi-Towers, how you doing, mate? Yeah, I wasn't, but then when I looked at the state of the rest of them, Anthony, I thought it's got to be done, hasn't it? Do the resistors, you will want it. No, you can do them yourself, whoever wins it. Buy Benji stuff. Michael, how are you, mate? Rewind the cores on the ferrite rod. Yeah. No, thank you. You don't burn the underside of them, yeah. With Fatuba servo mounting grommets. Afternoon at Aston. The grommets I've used are the ones that I found fit, and that's these, as per usual, from Farnell. 118 9030. They fit, and I'm getting a bit short now. They do seem to fit the majority of these old radios. Right, let's go long wave then. This is the problem band that we had last time. Let's come over this way. This is the long wave antenna over here. Now that's going to be that. It's not plugged in, is it? And that's my LED lights interfering with it.
You get the wicket and suddenly he's relaxed and he's off and even they won't.
Well, the alignment is fine. That's fine. So that's radio 4.
Oh, it's 4, it's 4. It's going to be 4 overthrows at the non-striker's end. There was a try at the subs there.
No one
Hacker will take 4.
No one at mid-on to back up. Went to Dave Willie.
Shame we haven't got Atlantic. We haven't got Radio Ireland.
There's just a 1 in 10 chance they hurl it, and there was no one backing up. So.
Yeah, 151 for 8. This flank at 150 up now. As the Tom Curran with 3 sticks comes in, and
So there we are.
Chimera fully behind that one in defence.
That actually doesn't need anything doing to it. I think we did tweak the medium wave last time, didn't we? Let's just sorry, long wave. And one of these was no, that's the aerial, that's the oscillator. That has improved it a little bit, actually. We've just got this annoying noise. It's not my phone, is it? No. I think it might be this light. Yeah. And this light? There you are, that's a bit better. You just can't see nothing now.
journée, le col très classé hors catégorie. 4 coureurs en tête, les 2 Colombiens, Higuita et Quintana, dans des équipes différentes, mais qui font alliance commune. Michael Woods, le coureur canadien, et Ben O'Connor, le coureur.
So I don't know if we got any French in, but afternoon, Paddy.
13 de Pogacar, le maillot jaune. Pogacar actuellement compte un retard de 7 minutes et demie. Bon, il n'y a pas vraiment danger.
In the England pecking order, but a very, very talented bowler.
Listen to that.
Skill here today at the Bristol County ground on this soggy-ish day. 4 slips in play.
No aerial assistance.
Final delivery, and he comes. Ball nearly takes the outside edge. In the end, it's a play and a miss from Chimera. Well, that is the end of a terrific spell from Tom Curran, and it's applauded by.
There you go. It's working very nicely. So, bit of a game to get it going, but got there in the end. Let's turn the lights back on. Yeah, got there in the end, people. You're getting your boat ready after 6 years. What have you got, Sam? Have you got a destroyer, Paddy? What have you got, mate? Cheers, everybody, anyway. So, yeah, really pleased with how that's come out. So it's just a case of getting that one back together. I'm not going to do that today because it literally is just screwing it back in the chassis and that's it. So we'll do the big reveal on it next Sunday for the giveaway. So if you want to win this radio, next Sunday you need to be here. You need to put the word Robert in the comments section of last week's video. So you need to put the keyword Robert in last week's video comments if you want a chance to win this. But I will put a reminder on the top of each video, just so as you don't get confused. So there we are. Let's just disconnect that speaker, get it out of the way. Don't want that thumbed. So yeah, what I'll do in the week is I'll get this back together. I'll give it a bit of a spruce up, and away it'll go next Sunday. So this is thanks to Mr. Racing Demon as well. Without Racing Demon, Mike, this radio wouldn't be up for grabs at all. So Mike has very kindly donated this to the channel. So good luck to everybody. I say there's been quite a lot of interest in it, so you need to get your vote in there. You need to be a subscriber, and you need to obviously give the video the thumbs up if you would be kind enough. Alright, that's that one done out of the way. So there we are. Robert's R200, ready to be got to a new home. And to say, I've not done anything with the brights. I mean, it looks more of a sort of retro antique-y finish with them sort of slightly dull and more goldy coloured. But you can take these off if you soak the knobs in some hot water for a while. They'll just drop off. You can polish them and then stick them back on with some clear glue, not super glue. Don't put super glue on them. So there you are. R200 done. I don't know how Mr. Spanky's doing with his. I don't think Simon's in yet. He might be in a bit. So that's it. You can see side on, look. Side, front. Front, side. Les, how you doing, mate? Cooking Sunday lunch, very nice. And battery maker. You're sitting there paying bills on a Sunday? Hi, Derek. I think I said hello to you, Derek, but if I didn't, hello again, mate. It's a cruiser. It's not an aircraft carrier then, Paddy. You've been offered a fish finger burger. Very nice. I actually like the fish finger sandwiches. Why Benji's knobs? Oh dear. Right, so yes, Nathan's RP30. So let me show you. I know you love seeing slideshows. You love seeing slideshows. So let me get a slideshow going for you. Can I get a slideshow going? Can I get a slideshow going? I'm sure I can. Slideshow. Right, okay. Screen, go. So this is the Hacker Herald you can see at the top here. This was a job lot from Mr. George Christophe that I bought off of him. I can't remember what I paid, something like 20 quid a radio? I think it was about 20 quid a radio I paid for these from George. 20 quid a pop. And I've still got these three. I think we've looked at all of these anyway on the live stream. So if you go back in time, you'll be able to see these. So this is the one that Nathan has won. And I'm rather jealous actually because I've always wanted an RP30, and the last one that I got, Sean wanted, so I still haven't got an RP30 of my own yet. But I will do one day. Okay, and this was the radio. I think I've given it a wipe over and just got it out for a bit of an airing prior to the live stream to just take some photos of it. So one of the things I've still got to do is touch up this badge. So that's the only thing that's stopping me finishing this. But you can see the case is all saggy. I'm glad I got these photos actually. It's always good to have a before and after photo. Yeah, you can see a bit closer there. It is pretty saggy. That's the top. Again, that's not really changed. And you notice the big hole in the side there. If you remember back to the videos, this this had a big plastic toggle switch on it. I think it was something to do with external power. Someone had put a transformer or something in. I think George had ripped all of that out of it. I still had the switch in the side, but you can see it's a really chewed up hole drilled in the side of the wreck scene. Not good. Anyway, let me think. This is the back panel that you saw already. In a previous video, I had stripped the back panel off, as you can see there, and I put some foam in. You can just about see the foam peeping through there. Like, so it's been refoamed. You can see it in the corners. So this is it going prior to being stuck back on. So I've used this stuff here, Evo Stick 528, and I would say this is much better than your normal Evo stick. It really is really good glue. I bought this off of Amazon, but the grab strength is brilliant. It's really, you know, you put it on, you paint it on, let it go off on both sides, just let it go tacky, then you just fold it over. And all I did was just angled the sides up to catch the edge, and then folded the other piece over. You can see I've bought some of these glue brushes, which I've got that in a polythene bag so I can reuse it. And I've got the first coat of glue on that edge there. So that's the first edge stuck down, look, and the second one. And I mean, there's no bubbles in it, there's no sag, nothing. It went on brilliant. It's a video, we won't watch a video. So this is it done, and I mean, I'm really pleased with that, and I will be doing some more of these, although it's hellish time consuming. So if you're going to ask me to do this for one of your radios, then it's probably not going to be financially viable, because it takes hours and hours. It's not easy. It is not easy. So that's the back panel, repadded, and I mean, it looks brilliant. So I had to put some pegs on this. There was no pegs left on this whatsoever. I've recolored the scrim material that goes in behind the grill and pops the grill back on. You can see there's a bulge around the edge where you can see the padding is. This is set into the padding now. And this was a nightmare. This trim on these is so fragile. It's broken in this corner, I think, and on the other piece it's also broken, but I've managed to get it back together. And again, I've used exactly the same technique on that. I've just glued both sides with the Evo stick, and I've just let it go off, and then I've rolled it on. I've got like a rubber roller. So this is a PVA now on the inside, ready to put this piece here back in. So that's that piece back on. These foams, I don't know if these are original, these pieces of foam, but I've left them on there. And this was the front now. The front was still intact, so I've had to peel this all off this week. So I peeled it off and I've poked it through the hole, but I've left it stuck on the other side. Apologies, because I can't get the text up, so I'll catch up with a chat in a minute. So, but basically, I've unglued it from around the edge, pulled off that trim, and poked the cloth through the hole, but left it stuck on the back side. I've wire brushed all the foam off of this because it was covered in foam and horrible nastiness. So I took that outside and cleaned it off. So I PVA'd this because what I was going to do was stick the foam on to the PVA, because I don't think you want to be just resting the foam on it as is. And the foam that I used is scrim foam, which has got like it's almost like a mesh, almost like a net curtain backing on one side. So that's the side that I've stuck down. So there's my bit of foam ready to go. So I just stuck it on like that. Then cut the hole out the middle. So you bear in mind that the grill goes over this, so you don't need to worry about cutting it at an angle or anything like that. And the edges, what I did with that was I pressed down against the cutting mat here. I cut along from the back of it with a scalpel. So you can see that the edges are pretty much glued. This one isn't, so I've had to glue that one down. So this is a Rexine sort of just placed back on now to try it. I haven't glued it at that stage, but there it is, all glued up. That's the other side of it. You can see I've glued that edge back down now. Managed to tuck all the corners, came in okay. You can see just about see in the background there my rubber roller. So that's the trim stuck back on, the beloved gold trim, which is horrible. In one of these corners I've got a support piece in. I've just got a fairly sturdy capacitor leg holding it together while I glued it. So next up is dealing with the hole. If you remember, the hole in the side for the switch panel. I was originally going to just 3D print out a plug, but my 3D printer, as you know, is not working at the moment. Still haven't got around to fixing that. But I thought I'd go one better and try and patch it, which was a bit of a risk, but it's either going to look really bad or it's going to look a lot better than if it had something else in it. So I've took the rotary stand off, and with a scalpel I've cut a piece of fabric out. So then what I did, I cut out the fabric around the old hole, and I've trimmed all the wood back flush, and that's my patch. That's just a trial fit to make sure it fitted in there. And I found this bit of balsa wood dowel. I've shaved it with a knife and pushed it through the hole to give it a bit of a chamfer, and I've just put some wood glue on it. Just checking it for size. So what I've done, I've hammered it in from the back, and this is dead flush with the wood around it now. There's the back, and if you can see the back as well, all this wood's broken out. They've obviously drilled through from the outside and smashed all this wood up on the inside as well. So we've got a big mess of missing wood here as well. And this is my patch. So I used the razor saw, and I've cut the dowel off dead flush again with the surrounding material. Then I've used some fine surface filler on it to fill it back in. And I also put some filler in around the dowel. And this had to have a couple coats of filler, and this is it sanded back now, so we're now dead flush. I've given that a coat of PVA just to seal it, and I let that set overnight. This is my patch in place, clamped, and there's the repair. I have got some very similar coloured shoe cream, which I've used on it. And the inside I've painted with this Painter's Touch satin. I've just used a bit of cloth, just painted that in. Then I had to cut a new piece of cloth for the grill because there was a bit of that horrible scrim stuff on it. You can see where I've had to rip it all off before. And that's it from the other side. That's it. Let's just get out of that. Let's catch up with a chat. Let me go back. Sean can deal with his own clone. Brian, how you doing, mate? Mike Atlantis, how are you, mate? I'm patient, Bill. Thanks, Bill. Crossbob, how are you, mate? Doing all right. Thanks, Gavin. I'm just catching up with the chat now, people. It's jumping like mad here. Thanks, Keith. Thanks, Derek. Got the house on all the property. Sparks are in ripping all the wiring out. Gerard Carson, how you doing, mate? Thanks, Gerard. You got an RP37 you just managed to resurrect and intend to repad it as a wintertime project. Yeah, no worries, Gerard. I mean, that'll be saved on this live stream now for posterity. Harvey, I need to copy the PCB and make the radio your own. I can. It's been given away to Gavin. Harvey. Right, so let's have a look at it in the flesh. It's all very well looking at it on pictures, isn't it? But we need to see the real thing. So there's the front with the grille back on it. Just zoom out a bit as you wax it. Again, I haven't really cleaned this up or anything yet, so it's as is. But you can see the padding is absolutely lovely. Grille's back in it. That's the handiwork on the back. But it really has come out well. Much better than I expected, actually. I was a bit scared of doing it. It's one of the reasons why it took so long, really. So apologies to Nathan. And here's the back panel. Again, it's nice and spongy. All back glued back on nicely. And the case. So that's the inside. That is dead flush now. And there's my patch. You can just about see it because it's a bit dark around it where I've put extra polish on it, but I haven't finished polishing it yet. But is it going to focus on that? Does it want to focus on it? The light's a bit weird today, or is it my screen? So yeah, that's a damn sight better than a big hole in the side, isn't it? And that's the inside edge there. I actually covered this with ink first of all, which was a really good match. So I'm assuming that originally this was inked, not painted. And unless it's a very fine wash, but I think it's ink, because I put some Quink black on it and it came out perfect, but it wouldn't stain the filler, so I had to put some paint over it in the end. If you look at the original finish, you can see it is sort of like drifting, I don't know the word, spreading into the timber. So yeah, I think this is inked originally. So there you are. Nathan's RP30. So all I've got to do now is paint the badge, which is proving to be a bit of a pain, because I want to paint the badge just to finish off the look of it, but it's a funny brown colour. Now where's the badge gone? Is it in here? I think I've taken it somewhere to try and get a colour match for the badge. Yeah, it's not here, it's downstairs I think. So yeah, it's a brown colour, so I need some brown paint to match in, and it's like a milk chocolate sort of brown. It's the same colour as they've used in here. And it's like a glossy brown, so I'm going to need to see if I can get myself a model paint for that. And I've taken the badge downstairs to try and get a colour match. So there you are. That's the RP30. Just looks a bit dirty now, easy to blend. Yeah, it's just because I've gone really thick with the polish in that area to fill the gap. Because what I wanted to do was to fill the gap, and to do that I've just layered, and I will do a bit more layering on it just to get that gap filled in. And this material is brighter. You can see where I've cut it out the bottom there. This is a lot brighter than the side, so I think it'll blend in with time. I mean, you can see where I've put the polish on. If I can get the light to shine it, you can see where I've polished it. So polished this area, but not done the rest yet. Fat Tony, migrating. Yeah, that's it, mate. How you doing, mate? You just finished watching my mate Vince doing a Robert's RFM3 radio. Yeah, they are nice. He's got a good channel, my mate Vince, actually. Does look dirty. It needs a clean. It does need a clean, but it's unfortunately it's nicotine, I think. Yeah, it still smells smoky. So it's been stained by nicotine, so I can't replicate that. And you know, I've given this a once over with some foam cleaner. So it's not really going to come up a lot better than that. But we've got the Hacker badge to go back in. That'll press nicely into the foam again. I'm really pleased with how that's come out. I'm really pleased with that. It's given me the confidence to do some more. So my white Hacker RP25 A's and B's will get recovered, I think. It's a bit scary doing one of those. I might just try normal RP25 to start with. Yeah, I'm pretty pleased with how that patch went, and that's a lot better than a nasty big hole or a grommet stuck in it. Right, let's get this off the bench. So that will be done this week as well, and winging its way off to Nathan once I've painted the badge. I might even have to go into town and see if I can get it matched in one of the model shops. Bit of a pain, there's a long way to go, but I'm sure it'll come in useful for another radio at some stage. Right, let's get a beer underway. Get a beer underway because I've been talking and I've got a dry throat now. So in with the black stuff. Guinness. Thanks, Harvey. Give it a good clean and put it in the sun. I could stick it in my UV box, couldn't I? So I'm still sort of going easy on the drink, so Just have the odd one every so often. Cheers. The Man Cave Clone Workshop. You tried to respond, but somebody timed you out. Cheers everybody, by the way. Oh, I'm wrong on camera. There, cheers. Hi Andy Tobin, how you doing, mate? Right. Let's get package number 1 opened up. Let me just get the label off. I'm going to open this one. I might open it on the floor actually, because it's quite a large box. Shouldn't really use a scalpel for opening boxes. Blunts the blade, but there you go. It's double boxed. Good stuff. Double box with lots of those polystyrene chip-ins. Upsetting your body chemistry, drink more water to help the system. I think it's the tablets that are upsetting the body chemistry, Harvey. I do drink a hell of a lot of water. I've been substituting water for beer. Okay. So this is coming from one of our esteemed moderators and channel supporter, Daniel. So this is Daniel's. Spanky's in. How you doing, Spanky? You missed the big reveal on the R200, mate. You'll have to wind back. So this is coming from Daniel. For repair. I think it's repair rather than restoration, I believe. Bit late message deleted. Andy Beck, how you doing, Andy? So I wonder what radio we have in here. Now we've got for some reason Daniel's putting another handle which apparently is going to Mr. Andrew Alsfer. Apparently, I'm not sure how it's getting there, Daniel. How's it getting there? And we've got a grill here. I think this one needs straightening, does it? I'm not 100%. Or maybe the little pegs need soldering back on. So anybody got any ideas from those first couple pictures what this is? Sean can't join in because he already knows. Any ideas? And obviously Daniel knows as well. Let me put not seen Mr. Andrew Alsfer much recently. Hopefully he's okay. Hopefully Mr. Andrew Alsfer's okay. I've not seen him in our chat group hardly at all. Not really been on any of the live streams. So hopefully he's okay. I'm upset him, hopefully. So what do you think then? What's that, Tony? It will have to go by channel post. What's that, Tony? Channel post. Oh, the handle. So what do you think it is? Hopefully the grill cloth's okay. The grill was already off it. Fell out. Rob, how are you, mate? You out doing radio shopping? Shopping for radios? This camera's not performing very well on here today. It looks alright on my screen there, but it's quite dark. Yeah, it's a Hacker. Hacker Sovereign, Gerard. Which Hacker Sovereign do you think it is? Because we've got a Sovereign 1, a Sovereign 2, a Sovereign 3 and a Sovereign 4, and I think there's even a Sovereign 5. So we've got a Sovereign 1 to 5. No, it's not a 2. It's not a 2. It's not a 2. RP25. RP75, you know what it is, Sean. I'm doing these in the order they actually came in. So this one actually came in first. So this is the one that will get fixed first. Should get onto this one this week. We might have a go at it in the stream. We'll get them all open first, and then we'll have a play. Just trying to get to the radio. So we determined it's a Sovereign, but nobody's no. RP30. No, that's not a Sovereign. That's a Herald, Derek. Floppy Fred. It's not gifts. This is a repair floppy. How you doing, mate? That give you any more clues? It's a very low serial number, actually. 8777. 777, I'm thinking 666 is the number of the beast, and now we got 777. RP18, you got it, Phil. Phil's in. You just got in, you're knackered. Phil got it. It is the original Sovereign, which is the RP18. Now, I really rate these radios. I really, really like the sound that these put out when they're done. When they're not done, they don't sound very good at all, actually. In fact, 9 times out of 10, these don't work because they've got the dreaded AF11 series transistors in them. Now, this is interesting. Oh, it looks in lovely condition on top. Have you polished the top of this one, Daniel, or has somebody else polished it? It looks absolutely pristine on top. Look at the shine on that. So unusually, it looks to have the wrong aerial in it. I'm not sure. It is. Yeah, that's one out of an earlier Sovereign. Yeah, that's the aerial out of one of the earlier Sovereigns with the white top. But not a problem, it goes back a bit too far into the case. And the hole is slightly bigger in the dial plate on these. So that's an aerial off of an early one. And to be fair, the aerials off the early one are like rocking horse poo. You cannot get out of them. You off, Dom, are you? Catch you later, mate. So look in the back. Oh yes, AF114s on the FM/IF strip, AF117s on the AM strip. So this one ain't going to work. Well, I'd be amazed if it does work. It might do. It might do, but it's highly unlikely. So yeah, I think possibly that aerial's been changed. You can see there's a bit of tape there, but I don't know if that's any indication. It just needs moving up slightly. Just needs loosening and moving up in the chassis a bit. But perfectly usable aerial. And we've got the very capacitor hungry amplifier board. And I've got the amplifier board from the RP30, which is exactly the same board. But this is the one that Mr. Christoffi recapped. If you remember when George visited, he actually recapped this one. So this was recapped by Mr. George Christoffi. So that's the one for Nathan's RP30. It's all been set up. So shall we unpack them all? We'll try this one. We'll test it out first. We will test it. So it's an 18-volt radio. As I say, these really do sound amazing when they're done. One of the things you've got to watch on these is these cores rattle about if they're not waxed. Because the little bits of elastic perish and the cores stop rattling about. Right, let's have a look then. Where are we? Let's go with that as the negative. And that's the positive. Make sure we go the right way around. Yeah, he's drawing way too much current. Straight off. He's drawing oh hell, loads. Unless I've got the wires the wrong way around, but I don't think I have. So there, we've got the red there. Let's go with the ground on there for now. Yeah, he's drawing nearly an amp of current, this one. Hell. So I don't know, have you tried this one? Have you tried this one, Daniel? I mean, maybe I'm connecting it up wrong, but I don't think I am. Well, that's definitely the negative. And that's definitely the positive. Yeah, something's shorted in this one. Let's just try swapping the amp out. So I've got a current limited power supply that I've connected it up to, so it's not done any harm to it, but it's drawing nearly an amp if I wind it up at all. Let's pop that back down again. try the other amplifier in it. So it could be a short in the amplifier. But we all know where the shorts will be. That's on the good old AF 117s. And 114s in this one. We've got a bit of both. Tony, a litre of petrol. That's to go and get the paint. Thanks, mate. Spanky. Don't tell me they are good. You forgot about one on eBay yesterday. Went for 12 quid. They're brilliant radios, Spanky, but you'll have a hell of a job fixing it. They are not very user-friendly. Not very repair-friendly. Right, let's go again. Negative. Positive. There we go. Yeah, so the short's on the amp. This amp's working fine. Well, I say short's on the amp, but... buttons aren't latching. Little tappy tap. Nothing. VHF. Nothing. Right, so we've got a short circuit on the amplifier and we've got whiskers on all of the AF transistors. So let me get you in and show you those a minute. So we'll go this side first. Keep it going till Christmas, it probably will. Daniel, cheers mate. So you can see here, look, we've got AF 114s in the FM section, and there's actually 4 here. There's 2 that you can see. If we go up a bit higher, just out of shot, there's another 2 there, one hidden behind the aerial there, and then one at the top. So that's the FM section, so we've got 4 to sort out on that side. And the AM section's over here. AF 117's in these, and we've actually got 3 on this side. So we've got 7 AF 1 series transistors to sort out before this radio will come back into life. And you also see we've got these dallies, which are usually pretty rubbish. There's a couple dallies in there, and there's a TCC Elka mode down the bottom there, just for good measure. Let's just turn that power off again. And the amplifier is absolutely brim full of capacitors, teeming with them. It's one of the most expensive recaps on a Hacker, really. It's one of these. Now the speaker's not broken. It's hissing. It's just got issues with the AF 11 series. The cat's transistors. It's got whiskers, that's for sure. Craps. So there we are. That one's a bit poorly. Daniel did say there was a little packet with some things from the grill. Perhaps they're actually in the grill thing. Oh, hello. Chucking pliers around. Just got to get these out. They like this amp. You're not having Nathan's amplifier. So there you are. That's there he is. Welcome, George. Daniel sent it in because he wants it done nicely, George. He knows I'll take good care of it and I'll get it fixed for him. I've done a lot of these RP18s, a lot of them. So the grill, let's have a look at the grill. What was the issue with the grill? It might be that all the pins have broken off because these are pretty fragile. All right, okay, that's only one pin come off. So these, the pins are actually soldered to the edge. They poke through the cloth and then they bend over on the inside. It looks like we've got a couple. Oh, we've got two pins there, but only one broken off, unless I'm cracking up. Yeah, so we've got one pin to solder back on, that's all. That's easy enough to do. Grill itself looks pretty good. Got a couple little dinks in it. There's not a lot you can do. Looks like someone's had a good old beating up of it on the inside here. It's a bit rippled. Bit rippled. But you can have a go at straightening that a little bit. You've got to be careful because you can make them worse than they already are. So there we go. One RP18. Again, you can see the all the foam has gone out of this one. You can sort of see where it's all gone slack. And it looks like someone's glued this grill back on. Well, partly it's the grill's yeah, the grill's stuck to the Rexine, I think. So there's nothing in the middle and nothing in that corner. We seem to have got it fixed to the Rexine there. I think we might have the original. No, someone's tried sticking that one back on. So yeah, you'll have to let me know if you want me to stick that back on, Daniel, or whether you're going to have a play with that. Apart from that, that dial plate is nice. As I say, the aerial is not quite the right one for it, but it's good enough, and it is an original Hacker aerial, which is good news. There we go. And it's got the old springy boing. So these are like spring steel covered with a plastic vinyl. Well, it's not vinyl, it's a plastic channel that just goes over the top of it. So they're always a bit springy. with the weight of the radio, but they don't usually go wrong. Some people don't like them, they prefer the solid handles, but I don't mind them personally. All right, let's catch up with a chat, and then I'll go and get the next one. You just got in and was sorting out your shed of radios. It looks like you put a new shed up, George, just for the Hacker collection. Could have sent it to you or Andy. You're closer to Andrew Alsford too. He wants it done properly, George. The grill fell out. No, nobody wanted your blaupunkt. Yeah, I'll solder those back on, Daniel. It's only a little wire. In there is some of my Selena. I saw that on the bottom shelf, George. Thank gosh he's here. Sean, you animal. Right, let me go and get another radio. Well, another box. What am I going to do with this box? I'm going to have to get this box out of the way to get another box in here. It's big boxes. Let's go get the next one. Do these in order that they came in. I'm thinking that I know what this next box is. Hello, Maddie. This one looks like it's had the courier treatment. Ah, a Hermes special. This one is. It's a Hermes special. Other parcel carriers are available. This one's had the specialist package handling by Hermes. Yeah, they've gently put that into the van. Very gently packaged. Put. Hacker shed, George. Very nice. Right, let's get my address off the front, and then we can unpack this. How is it fixed? Actually, no, we might better just unpack it that way up. I'm not sure how this opens, actually. What's going on here? We'll open it this way up. I don't have to worry about taking my thing off now. Now I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I think this is from Darren. Darren is the man with the collection of airband radios. So I've done a lot of Darren's Gowers radios and all the other scary ones that he seems to get hold of. Novatech, Shorrocks. We got a load of Shorrocks, some of them here. Right, let's see if oh, we got a hell of a lot of radios in here. Well, I say that there's, oh no, maybe there's only two. No, two. Let's have a look then. one. Two. That's okay then, only two. I've known Darren to send me like 5 at a time before. It only takes me forever to get through them, but you know, I have caught up with my backlog at the moment, so I'm nearly up to date. Right, what's this first one then? I don't think anyone's going to guess these because they're not radios that I would have seen myself before. Yeah, plugs aren't good really with transportation. I like to wrap the plug in cardboard if I can. Whoa, this is proper. Flipping heck. Oh, shame we got broken handle, that. That's a bit of a shame. But, anybody ever seen one of those before? It's really, really lumpy. This is not plastic. This is metal. This is all chrome. Look at that. Whoa. AC/DC. This is a very well put together radio, I think. Well, it looks nice. It's got the leatherette sort of vinyl type case on it, which is sort of late 60s, isn't it? Around that sort of time. Some of the old Bush radios had it. Some of the cheaper radios, but look at the tuning knobs on the thing. Look at the size of those. That's proper industrial, isn't it? It's very Japanese, very Japanesey. Got to be made in Japan. So it's a top solid state instant sound 18 transistor NA5018. AM, MB, FM, VHF, P band, a PB, I mean, 5-band radio. So it's AM, marine band, FM, VHF, which would be air band, and PB, is that police band? Yeah, I think it is. Don't say where it was made. So it looks like it's got a mains power adapter in it because it's got AC or DC power, a lamp. There's our bands. Oh, it says PB weather. It says PB weather on it. It's difficult to see because it's blowing the camera out. Ain't easy being wheezy. You had one as a kid. Rolf's house. Well, Rolf, 70s you say. Sean's got sick in his mouth. He's not keen. It's a Tango fan here to Dynatron. Gerard, an American radio. It looks American, doesn't it? Floppy. You've never heard one working. You imagine the sound is a bit crappy. Well, you don't know, do you? Let's get in a bit closer. So look at the detail on the thing. So AM is going to be the medium wave. Oh, it's a bit. Something's broken in that corner, I think. Something's gone. Proper old clunker of a wave change. And down on the bottom, it's quite nifty. Little icons. I take it I don't suppose they light up, do they? It does say sport, marine, music, aircraft and police weather. So PB is police band, but it also incorporates weather. So yeah, VHF is the air band 108 to 134. The police and weather 148 to 174. Both of those will be AM, or should be. And we go full scale on the FM 88 to 108, so it's got the complete band on it. Marine band is the lower frequencies, 1.6 to 4.6 megs. So there's not a lot we're going to get in there in the daytime. AM, I think, is the medium wave band, because it says times 10 kilocycles. So it's 1.6 megs, 1.4, 1.2, 1 meg, 0.8, 800 kilohertz, 700, 600, and 540. Aerial, that again is, whoa, that's got a fair aerial on it. Christ, that nearly goes to the ceiling. That's got to be, it's got to be a 5-foot aerial. Must be. And it's all intact as well, which is absolutely amazing. It's got a pivot on the bottom. Go down to the bottom there. So I assume it just unclips, and then you can pivot the aerial. Quite nifty. Right. AC/DC. So let's have a look in the back. It's one of these cardboardy things. It's probably best to just undo that screw there, just to let it come all the way up. Oh, we got a broken ferrite, look. You can't see that. Whether this is a consequence of the carrier yet again. Oh dear, oh dear. Yeah, we've got a broken ferrite rod. That's on these plastic things, and yeah, it looks like they've broken. So that'll have to be glued back together. I'll have to find out some way of mounting that to the chassis. And we've got what looks like an American plug. So this might only work on 110. What does it say on the back here? Yeah, 117 volts. So we can't use this on our mains unless I plug my AC to AC converter in it, then I can use it on the mains. But yeah, we're not going to get a lot of medium wave without that. I don't know whether one of the other bands uses that as well. This is metal, this shield. So what are we? We're 6 volts. Let's see if we can hook onto it and see if it'll work. Juliet. Flower power. You got mine from a jumbo set, can't cost much. Didn't get much pocket money in the 70s. That was made for the US market. The weather band is on 16 megs. That's from Doug. Sci-fi style, yeah. It's definitely Japanese, George, isn't it? Your mother had one that was always covered in flour, Rolf, was it? Somebody made one. Adrian Hobby. You don't get much pocket money now. I'm okay, Sean. I'm alright, mate. Let's hook her up then. So I think it's 6 volts. Let's wind it back to 6. Well, it is 6 volts. Let me see if I can hook this up a minute. So we've got positive there. Will it grip the positive? No, there. Right, we'll go through it as it says here. Let's turn it on. Oh, hang on, we've got to have the switch in the DC position, haven't we? There, down the bottom. It's drawing quite a lot of current. It's drawing 80 milliamps. We have got RF noise on it. It's really stiff, the tuning. Of course, we got no ferrite, so that's not going to help, is it? Marine band, that's going to use the ferrite as well. FM won't. FM will use this aerial. Absolutely nothing on FM. VHF airband. No. So we've got RF noise, but no no stations, and he's drawing 80 milliamps, which is a bit much. You wouldn't expect more than 20 milliamps of one of these. Could be a dodgy volume. Just try that. Ah, he is working. Dodgy.
If we are going to make a relationship,
it's a dodgy
there must be final and
volume pot. It's on frequency by the looks of it. Sounds really tinny. I think that's capacitors though. There's no bass on it at all. No bass.
No, him. Definitely him.
There's no tone control on it, is there?
beyond the scope, as stars
hang on.
beyond the scope of vision, some of them.
Then there is no love.
The lamp switch was on, that's why it's drawing more power.
Something else, but ultimately there is no love. It's beyond where there is no speech. It's quite inhuman and only follows impulse, taking what lies in front and responsible for nothing. Ask for nothing.
Yeah, there doesn't appear to be any base at all. Again, we're not going to get anything on that, I don't think, because the airband. Any planes up there today? Doesn't sound like it. Anything on the weather band? The marine band. I think 149's marine band, isn't it? Somewhere in there. That VHF marine band, that is. No. Okay, well, it's sort of working. Medium wave is going to be an issue because we've got a broken ferrite and the ferrite's just shorting out. Ow. It's not going to work on mains without doing, said Zebedee. It's not going to work on mains without an adapter. So that one is just, well, I've got to fix the ferrite. Got to fix the ferret and sort out the audio caps. I mean, these Japanese things, going back to this sort of era, the caps are absolutely rubbish. So it will definitely need to have the capacitors done in it. We've got a label on the side. That's interesting. Ah, I didn't see that. Can you see that label? I don't know how far I'm zoomed in. Am I zoomed in all the way? I can go in a bit further. There you go. City of Los Angeles. Approved for electrical safety. It says founded in 1781, I think. Department of Buildings and Safety. That's interesting. Not seen one of those before on a radio. The caps in the audio amp section probably need replacing. That should improve the bass. Yeah, definitely. Thank you, Theo. Some holiday pocket money. Can I go on holiday? Simon, how you doing, mate? You had one of these, liked it a lot. Much better than a Roberts. Was not much, ain't better than a Roberts, really, Simon. Pocket money days are gone. You had an R200 Sportsman, Dave. Looked quite similar to this. No marine band on that one, though. Nice when it's fixed. I think that'll be a massive difference. They're pretty common over there, Andy, are they? Different brand names, though. Yeah, it's an interesting looking radio. I quite like it. It's the chassis is solid metal. It's a shame that the courier is shaking it to pieces. I don't know. I'll have to find out from Darren whether that was already broken or not. But interesting looking radio, and I quite like that. It's a shame that that handle's broken, though, isn't it? I don't think there's a lot we can do to that. Can try to think what I could glue that with. Really, it would need a couple pieces of plastic pushing in there, and then gluing back. But the stitching's all come undone as well. So there's really not much I can do with that. It's almost be better to take it off than leave it on there, really, but we'll see. Anyway, Let's pop that one to one side and have a look at the next one. And we've even got the manual with this one, so you can guess what the make is. And the model, it's an Iowa AR159. Again, I've never seen one of these before. I don't know that aerial has got issues. That aerial shouldn't be stuck up like that. One of the issues with this is the buttons. Look at the colour of those. Darren asked me about sorting these out, and I said if you take them off and pop them in some hydrogen peroxide, you'll probably get them a bit better colour. He's tried taking them off and he's chipped a couple, so we've got to try and get those off. I think we're going to have to get them off from the inside and pop them upwards rather than try and pulling them from here. It's the end of the day. Yeah, they're pretty much on there. They've probably got a bit of that sealant stuff on them. So it's a solid state 6-band radio. So what we got? We've got AM, which again is the medium wave band. We've got the marine band again from 1.6 to 4 megs. We've got shortwave from 4 to 12 megs. FM, full range, 88 to 108 megs. Then we've got 2 VHF bands. Ah, that's unusual. So this has got the police and weather in this one as well. So it goes from 110 to 136, which is airband. And then 148 up to 174, which over in these parts now I think is business radio, isn't it? Tuning's a bit poorly. It's working downwards, but not very well upwards, so that's slipping. It's going again now. We might get away with just lubricating that or tightening up the spring maybe. So it's got tone on this one as well. Volume on off. So it's an AR158. Yet the instructions are for an AR159. Might just be a slightly different case design maybe. Yeah, it is. No, it isn't. Not sure on that. I think he did say this has got a schematic in it as well, which is going to potentially help. Let's have a look. So the radio is an AR158, but we've got a 159 instruction book, but it looks identical. Oh, hang on, it's not. The scale's different. This has got long wave, medium wave, MB, shortwave 1, 2, and FM. This has got AM, MB, shortwave, FM, VHF 1, VHF 2. So it's just a different scale on it there. Yeah, so this is slightly different. Batteries, the circuit will be roughly the same there. Yes, we've got a schematic in the back. So we're going to have some slightly different components for different bands, I would think. But the IF strip should be the same. Just uses normal transistors, so shouldn't be any issues there. But again, it's Japanese, so we're going to have problems with the capacitors again, I should think. So again, it's another 6-volt radio. Let's see if we can get this door open. So we've got a rather yucky looking, very stuck battery tube there. That ain't going anywhere. Yeah, it smells like an old pillow, yeah. I want to make decent hi-fi. It probably is good. I mean, I'm going to have to use it on the mains because I can't get at the battery terminals. There's no DC plug on it. Unless I take that back off, I suppose. It'd be better to connect it up. It'd be better to connect it up to the power supply if I can, but I don't really want to take it all apart at this stage. Looks like the front pulls off that way. Yeah, let's take it apart. Well, let's just take the cover off a minute. Let's take the cover off. This aerial has got some issues. And there's one hidden there. Yeah, looks like we've got to undo the aerial screw as well. Check it isn't 110. It's got a slider in the back there, Gavin. 110, 120 or 220, 240, and it's actually in the 220, 240 position at the moment, so we should be all right. Okay. So someone's definitely been inside this one. We've got some jiggery pokery going on here. We've got a modification to the power input, is that? So we've got a mains transformer here. This is obviously the amplifier board with transformers on it, audio transformers. And we've got these old grey capacitors, which ain't great. They're marked Japan. Is there a date code on any of those? Got some very strange looking devices there. Little round package diodes. I've never seen any of those before. Let me get you in one of those, see if you've seen any of these before. Where am I? I'm looking down here. Can you see those? They look like little tablets. It's got a diode symbol on it. How unusual. Looks like green paracetamol size. So yeah, looks like that's the power into the radio there. Just have a look in the back. I'm not sure if that's the original cap there. That looks newer. All the rest of this grey type stuff, like these are never great. These grey ones are pretty poor normally. So we got that there, which is the red wire there. It looks like there is a way of putting external power on it through this thing here. Though it looks like there should be something plugged in there to make that connection. Okay, so let's just connect this up with the yeah, I think we've got something missing there. There should be some sort of plug in there. I would have thought was, hang on. I expect, yeah, you should have a blade of one of those American type plugs just joining these two together. That's what that is. So this is never going to work on battery unless we connect these two together. Bit of detective work there. So yeah, you've got two holes here for the American type plug. And if we get that one there back up, I suspect that'll fit in there. Yeah. And that makes that connection. So it's a bit strange that they've got that. Yeah, insert it to the wall. Yeah, so if you're using it on mains, you've got to take that out and plug it into the wall. Well, obviously, we can't over here. Interesting. So that means I can connect that up with my clips then. So 6 volts again. Negative down here. And positive will be that one. Can hear something. What are we on? We're on VHF. Let's go FM.
Insurance only lets me be insured if I have a guardian staying nearby. My dad is going to be following me in his boat, which is a 33 feet.
More on BBC Radio Devon's Facebook page. That's the latest. It's 3.
So we've got distorted audio again, which is going to be the caps. Oh, sounds terrible.
All talk and language that sparkles with the spirit of the time.
And 29A Southbar interchange.
It's working.
Closed for more flood abortion. And then staying with the M8.
It's working, people.
On there between 15 at Townhead and 18 at Charing Cross, but only one lane closed this weekend. The M61 and northbound heading away from the M60 at the Swinton interchange up to junction 2.
Right, let's try AM. Oh, crispy. Tone works on this one. Right, MB. Crispy. Picking up interference, which you'd expect. I mean, we might be able to get some SSB action of an evening down on top band. Got a bit of a scratchy tuning cap there. Okay, shortwave. Yeah, we've got a scratchy tuning cap on AM. It's picking something up. Oh, it's distorted. Very distorted. Oh, that doesn't sound good. See if we can give it some help. Let's give it a bit of help. It's actually better on its own aerial. I turned on, haven't I? Yeah, it's working better on its own aerial. There must be quite a good aerial tuning circuit in that. Let's it's distorted as hell, but that's going to be capacitors. Right, let's try VHF, which is airband. very difficult to pick up an airband station on a radio without scanning facility, isn't it? This is old school. VHF 1 or 2 or VHF 7 it says. No, nothing on there. Okay, so this one shouldn't be too difficult to sort, I wouldn't have thought. Let's have a look at that aerial, find out what's gone wrong there. It feels like it's sort of come undone inside somehow. I'm not sure what's gone on with that. So I need to get that out and have a look at it. I'm going to have to bridge this so as it can be used on battery, or saying that, I mean, we don't want to bridge it if he's going to use it on mains, do we really? Yeah, we don't want to be bridging that if he's going to use it on mains. So there you are, it works. That was fun. Mike, Mr. Racing Demon, how are you? You missed my little spot on Robert earlier. Apologies, Mike, I missed you popping in, mate. You've got another Audio Lab 8000A. Inside's mint, no bad phono circuits and no heat problems on the board. Don't know if it's any better than my Saris 2 and Sanyo 101. Sorry Mike, I didn't see you pop in there, mate. Is that Valdir as well? Did I miss Valdir? Hi Valdir. I've missed a few people on my apologies. 8000A is a lovely amp though, Mike. Really nice amp. I think I replaced the resistors in mine, and the other problem is the sockets on the back mic, they crack up. It needs the works doing on it. Yeah, we've got to get these knobs off. I mean, you can see, oh, I don't know if you can see or not. Let me get you in a bit closer a minute. So let's have a look at the knobbage on it, or the push buttons. So you can see they're very, very yellowed, but if you look on the inside, they're sort of ivory white. That's the colour they should be. So we're going to somehow have to try and retro bright those. The other option is to spray them, but they're going to have to come off to do it, and it does look like they're a push fit. I think they've been glued on, so I might need to stick a bit of isopropyl in the back of those. But yeah, that one's not going to take a massive amount of work, I don't think, to get that one up and running quite nice. And to say, unfortunately, it's all these grey caps. Can you see them? Not really. It's all these grey ones. They're not great at all. They're usually miles off. In fact, I'm surprised the radio's working, because they're usually that bad that the radio won't work. And the other problem is they do take out the transistors as well. I've had a couple of those little Japanese pocket radios where they've taken out the transistors. There you are. Sean! Thanks, mate. He misses all of us. Who's that? Sean. Yours are perfect. What, all your caps and resistors? Yeah, strange, isn't it? Because I know certainly mine, they were really badly burnt, and I think Simon's were the same. But Simon's were the same. And I mean, I bought mine from new, so it's not like it's had a mega hard life. I'm saying that, I did used to play it a lot. I still do, but it doesn't get as much play as it used to. But it's a lovely amp, and I did recap mine, and it did sound better, Mike. I thought it did anyway. It might just be me, but I put some fancy audio caps in that one, and it did sound rather nice. Right, so if we can get this thing, will it go back together? Will it? How? Well, I'm not going to force it. So let's grab the screws, stick them in a little envelope. Not forgetting the little book of words. It's nice to have that with it. It is not quite the right one, but it should help if there's any problems with it, but I don't think there will be. It's, as I think George and others said, it's quite a well-made little radio, really. Again, it's all aluminium. There's not, I mean, this is obviously plastic, but the front's all nice and aluminium. Well, that's it then. What should we do next? What should we do next? Oh, I've got one more, haven't I? Of course, I've got another box yet. I've got another box. How are we doing for time? 4:15. Need to be gone at 6, people. What's another screw there? I need to be gone at 6 because I'm out dog walking later. Give the puppies a walk unless Mummy's decided to already go and do it. Mrs. Cruncher, that is. Yeah, I think you might be able to retrobrite them, George. I have got some new ones here, but they're reserved for mine. You can still get hold of the new ones, but you can't get the ones with the stripe on it. I think I've only got the tuning ones for the White Sovereign. Yeah. Yes, I've only got the ones without the stripe on them, and the stripe's actually gouged into it. I suppose you could somehow make up a template and ream them out, but I've only got a few of these, and I got 3 white, 3 or 4 Sovereign 2s. I don't know. I know someone's after a Sovereign 2 at the moment, so I might get rid of one. But yeah, they are about Sovereign 2 knobs. Was a guy in Exeter selling them, George. That's where I got mine from, I think. A chap called Francis Francis K's Vintage Shop, something like that. I'm not sure. Drinking Polish lager. Right, let me go and get this other box a minute. We've got one more radio to look at. One more to unbox. And then we'll have a look and see. Well, we can either put the R200 back together. Well, I think I'll do that in the week, actually. We can reveal that next week. And, I'll pop that up on the bench for Mike's perusal there a minute. So I've repainted the badge mic. That's had the chrome pen on it, so it's looking really nice. I don't think you were there earlier, were you, Mike? And I also decided I was going to get rid of the scratch on the volume knob. There was a big scratch running up there, so I've had that off and polished it. I couldn't help myself. I'm not going to work on it, was I really? But I have done. And all the caps are now done, Mike, and it sounds brilliant. It's really sensitive now. So yeah, there's Robert. It's going to be going to a new home next Sunday, so make sure you've entered. It'll be in it to win it. Right, let's get the last box. Actually, I'm going to need to... No, I don't need to get that box out of the way. The last box. Mrs. Cruncher will be pleased the boxes are out of the way. Okay. Right, the last box. Now this is a chap that again I've done quite a lot of work for, Rob. And I did the blimmin' great Russian Riga 103, the Selena, no, not Selena, Astrad Solar for Rob, and he was so pleased with it. It said he can't believe the sound. It's the best sounding radio he's got. So he said it knocks spots off of this radio. So would I have a look at this one and see if I can get it working as well as the Riga. So let me just get this off. Last box. The last box. We could perhaps have a look at Daniel's RP18 then, being that was the first one in. That's going to be the first one that will get worked on. And this is the order that they came in as well, so this one will be the last one to work on. And Daniel's will be first, and the airband 1 second. Right, it's a little note for me. Always nice to stick a note in so I know what's going on. As I say, I haven't got a massive amount of repairs in at the moment, so I've only got one bubbling under, and that's that AOR SR2000. So I wonder what this radio is then. Let's have a look at my little note. Any guesses? Have a look what we're doing. The sound isn't quite up to par, and very occasionally some or all of the FM stations disappear, but come back again in time. They disappear and come back again in time. That sounds a bit bizarre. That sounds like we'll have a look. So, any ideas? Selena 215? No, it's not Selena. Thanks, Mike. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Mr. Sheen Lager. How's your R200 coming on, Mr. Spanky? What's that about? Bang? Make one explode. I'm reading the chat. Yes, I'm trying. I'm trying, Sean. Hacker. Yeah, Theo, you're there. It is a hacker, which is a bit unusual because I've done all Russian radio. No, actually I didn't. I did a Fidelity Rad 18, 2 Astrads for Rob, and this is maybe if I put it that way around, that might give the game away. What do you think? Phil the Power's got it. No, it's a Hunter. It's a Hunter. It's got the same grill as a Sovereign 3 and the Super Sovereign, but well, I think it's a Hunter. I'm pretty sure it is. Oh, it is. A nice one too. I don't know if you saw the pictures of the Hunter I did for Herbert. No, I think I only posted it on Patreon, but that one came out very nice. Did I post it on Patreon or did I stick it on my channel sort of news page? So, FM cutting out. I wonder if it is just FM cutting out or it's just a coincidence that he was listening to FM when it did cut out. Oh, it's nice. A very nice one, actually. Oh, look at that. That is very smart. Let's keep his packing together. They're always very well packed, Rob's stuff. So, yeah. Good example, but the sound isn't quite up to par, which is definitely the amplifier. That'll be the amplifier capacitors, unless someone's had a twiddle with the pots. And some or all of the FM stations disappearing, so I would say that potentially could be headphone socket. But on these, the headphone socket is on the side. We've got a later version, look, with the 18-volt power supply for the VP408. And we've got the incredible disappearing grommet as well, which is always missing out of these. It's good that he's got that one in. We might put a little bit of glue on that. It's absolutely in lovely condition. I don't need to do anything really to this, cosmetically wise. It's lovely. Even the sides are very nice. A little scratch down through there, but that's nothing. Back grill's fine. Even the back grill's on this one. Really nice. He did say that he'd done a little modification to the inside. I can't remember what he said he did it for now. See, he says, I think it's this one. He said he'd done something to allow him to connect up to external with it. Oh, okay. No, he's put a dial light on it. He's put a dial light in this. Well, that's quite nifty, actually. That's actually quite a nice little modification he's done there. It'd be interesting to see how that works. Let's get you in a bit closer. And can you see the little switch? I don't know where he's got that switch from. I've not seen one of those before. Interesting. So he said he wants to keep that in if at all possible. Well, unless it's robbing power from the FM section, it should be fine. We might, it depends where the power comes from. If it comes straight off of the on-off switch, it should be fine. It's a really lovely condition. It's a long time since I've seen one this good, actually. Even the knobs, look at that. And this one especially. But something I haven't seen before is this has actually got a groove in it, this one. It's actually got a groove machined in it. Normally they're just painted on, aren't they, the Hunter knobs? Anybody seen that on a Hunter? A lot of you like the Hunters, and some of you collect them. I know Brett does. I wonder if you've seen one of those before. So it's not painted on, it's actually chamfered. It's lovely, isn't it? It looks very, very nice. I mean, the dial plate is the later type in all white, but it's it doesn't appear to have any scratches in it at all. So insides look fairly original, apart from the little on-off switch. But that's actually quite a neat job he's done that, if he did it. The FM section on these can be a bit of a minefield, so try and avoid the FM section on these. Don't get in there with a screwdriver unless you know exactly what you're doing, because you can totally screw one of these up. And by the FM section, I'm on about the front end in here. Don't go fiddling in there unless you've got something severely wrong and it's either make or break, really, because you can totally screw the radio up by messing about in there. It looks like someone has been in here, because that screw there is either cross-threaded. I think it's cross-threaded, actually. And one unusual aspect of these is that it also does act as a bit of an RF shield. So whether it's got some sort of coating on it, but if you take this off and trim the pots, in the coils and the capacitors in there, and you put this back on again, you'll find that FM is off. So you need to tune it with this on. I know it's not metal, but it must have some sort of metallic coating or something on it. I don't know, but it does. It's a bit strange, but there you are. So let's get some power on it and see what happens. See if it goes bang. No, it won't go bang. Zoom you out a bit. Let's put me back in. How are we doing? Is it an original aerial with a knuckle? Yes, it is an original aerial, George. Certainly is. And again, the aerial is pristine as well. It is a minter, really. And look at that. Someone's put stainless steel Allen key screws in there. Nice touch. I like that. That looks neat. Yes, it's got stainless steel Allen key screws in it. Whether they're self-tappers or not, I don't know. There's a little bit of cardboard there to support a battery. Let's hook it up. That knob is unusual, though. You have no grooved knobs as such. No, strange, isn't it? You've got some grooved knob Hunters, George, have you? I've never seen them before, George. I must have had 20 or 30 or maybe more Hunters through here, and I've never seen one. So 18 volts again. 17, 18. Let's just set the current limit on this as well. Okay, 70 milliamps. Let's go positive first. Negative. Right, let's go with VHF. Let's pop the old aerial up. Stop it, you tease. George, you're the man that did one of these on video and said you absolutely don't need to do swept alignments because a normal peaking is more than adequate. That's exactly what you said on your video, George. So you're changing your tune now. You're changing your tune, George. Right. Let me get a beer out, and I'm going to go with a Pilsner. 0%. A 0%. Afternoon Dids. Is the bishop without his finger? Right.
Something you call the specular form of poetry, which actually I have. Seville.
So dial is out on FM. So classic FM is appearing on about 99.2. It should be on 100 right over here. So someone has had a twiddle of it. Let's see if Radio 2 is down on 88.
Of Angels, that's doing some very good work. Yeah, I mean, Marcella Detroit, she's doing the lead singing and stuff. We've got Jules Cullen on piano, and Matt Long.
So Radio 2 is non-existent, it's off the scale. So it might be that someone's pulled the scale to get a different station in for up country. But now it's gone the other way. So scale's gone that way and pushed Radio 2 off the other end, I think. Yeah, so maybe they've done it to get a station up here. Yeah, because that's 104 up here. This only goes up to 101.
It's been a funny old year, been obviously a bit later in the year, but I think it probably...
Yeah, that's 104 Radio Devon on FM.
Earlier, where you have it like Thursday.
It's not very sensitive either. So I can still hear a bit of hiss. It's not fully quietening. That could be the FMIF. Needs a tweak. But to beat the Riga, I've got to go all out, George. Is that right? You'll have to tell me how to do it, George. You'll have to give me a demo, mate, of the swept alignment on a Hunter. You got the... Didn't Sean... Was it Sean that gave you a Hunter? Was it Sean that gave you a Hunter? I think Sean was giving everybody Hunters at one stage. Didn't he give Chris a Hunter as well? I can't remember now. Sean was the hunter gifter. Ah, thank you, Mike. You're going to be sending me another radio for giveaway, Graham, at the end of August with a big surprise inside. Oh, interesting, Mike. So I've got the little tiny spectrum analyzer here, George, so I can have a look at the oscillator. Sean gave you a Hunter as well, Brett, did he? He's the hunter dealer, isn't he? Not a gatherer, hunter dealer. So cheers, everybody. Well, 0% cheers. Yeah. Oh, hello. That's a... I thought glass held a 330mm. Obviously it doesn't. Right, I've left it on a station there. Hopefully they don't copyright me for that rubbish, whatever it is.
Stop that Sunday night dread, you're not... Number 35.
So the IF is definitely down on it.
This comic.
I don't know if you can hear. If I turn it up, you can hear it hissing in the background.
It's called A Little Tooth, and I took this to a Royal Literary Fund reading group that I used to run, and these are groups led by writers, and the idea is to look at short stories and poems that no one has ever seen before, and then...
Bonington.
She said yes. You can get the best.
Yeah. Someone's twiddled the oscillator on this one, because I think that might be radio 2 on 89. So they've compressed it down. That's going to be a pain in the neck to do, that is.
Love with cretins.
So I'm still getting hiss on all the...
Things to do tomorrow, so if you get some of those things done, you can then just relax on Sunday night, can't you? Yeah, do you feel like you get the Sunday scaries, Hannah?
Just move this.
Absolutely, but who doesn't?
I think it's just in us from even like just school, isn't it?
Yeah, I remember that feeling so well.
We've talked about it before on the show, like Heartbeat. The Heartbeat theme tune used to just put the fear into me, because that was always on when I was going to school.
See, it's a little bit deaf. Can I get my other aerial over? No, I can't. So it is deaf. So I mean, refurbishing the amplifier is definitely going to make an improvement to the audio, although the audio is not too bad. It's reception, which has nothing to do with the amplifier. It's going to be in the IF, I would have thought, or maybe even the RF section here. So someone's been and had a twiddle of that, and they've compressed the scale down. So I think what I'm trying to say is 100 megs is just over 99 now, and 88 megs is up at 89. We can actually check that with a signal generator in a minute. Let's do that while we're here. While we're at it. Let's pop that on. FM 1 kilohertz, 77 to 110. So let's go for 95 megs. I'll just loosely couple that to the aerial. So let's get you in a bit closer. Can you see the dial? You can't really see it there very well. I'll angle it that way. And the lights in the picture. Okay, so the SIGGEN's on 95 megs. So let's pop him on again.
There's loads coming in, it's brilliant. I feel like we've got lots to share and lots to help one another with. Yeah, we really have. We're asking...
So that end of the scale, it's about 90, just over 94 that's coming in. Again, it's not great, is it? Let me just pop the power up. You're not very sensitive. So let's go with, say, 104. See if that is 104 up that far end.
up. That's true. Ill for.
Yeah. So we got 104 megs up here, look. So I'll have to have a word to see if he stretched it on purpose. So if I go back the other end, if I do, say, Radio 2's 88, if I go, say, 89 megs, find the SIG-gen, where are we? 89. He's not far off that end. And we should be.
Love is the drug. Thanks again to Tony Hadley.
He should be there.
On Radio 2 and taking a look at events.
So that's Radio 2 there. If I turn that off, Radio 2 should be there. Obviously it's not. So there's a capacitor and a coil to squeeze that out, and I think it's, I always forget whether it's the coil on the lower frequency and the capacitor on the higher, or vice versa. If you get it wrong, you can be fiddling about for ages with the thing. So there you are. Yeah. Wait and see. No worries, Mike. Thank you very much, mate. Hopefully I'm back on. Am I back? Am I back? Let's reload that. I'm back on, but are you lot? Are you lot with me? Are you with me? Or are you with the Woolwich? Back. I'm not back. Yeah, we had a power cut, people. Bizarre. Bizarre. Let me pause this bit here. Let me have a look, see what's going on. What? Yeah, all of a sudden the power just went off like that. So I've had to restart the software. But the stream does pick back up again. So cheers for bearing with me. There's a load of racket outside. There's animals right next door, I think. Let's have a look. No. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. But all of a sudden we lost power. We lost the power. Right, let me get my chat back up in this window again, and we can get back to where we were. I can't remember what we were saying now. Let's pop this back out again. Back on. Certainly is nice, isn't it, that one? Right, what? Where are we? We're on the Hunter. A low battery indicator in the top right hand corner of your screen, if that's a clue. No, the power just totally went off. The whole house went off, Multi. The whole house went off and then come back on again, but then of course you got to wait for the router. The Wi-Fi router or router? Router. Router, routes, router, routes. Just started raining. So I think we ought to have a look at Daniel's Hacker Herald and start having a play with that one, because that'll be first on the bench. So that's very nice. Very nice radio from Rob. We need to, well, I need to find out. He may have pulled that that to try and get 104 megs in, because I think Classic FM is higher up the scale, further up country. Here it's 100 megs. This radio only goes up to about 101, 102 if you're lucky. So it might be that he squeezed, or somebody's done it for him, squeezed the bands to get it further up, if you know what I mean. So that might be the case. So I'll have to have a word with Rob. He may be watching, actually. So yeah, this radio's definitely been refurbished by somebody. I mean, we've got brand new battery buffers there. Actually, they look quite nice. They're quite a dense foam, that is. They're the right size as well. I like those. So somebody's definitely restored this radio at some stage. It is looking very nice. Yeah, really smart. There's very few marks on it. So no cosmetics, which is a big bonus, because that is what takes the time. Anybody can chuck caps in something, but it's the restoration that takes all the time. So where's that Daniel's radio? Let's get Uncle Daniel's radio back out again. So nothing worked on this one, did it? My light's gone out. Not a dicky bird. Diddly squat. So we need to get him out of the case. Let me zoom out a little bit, in a bit close. Put a shilling in the meter. Yeah, those were the days. Those were the days, Derek. The old prepayment meters. I used to be well, in my working career, I was a gas engineer, and I used to be on call out, and we used to have to go out to coin jams in the gas meters. And oh, you got called out all hours of the day and night for these blimmin' gas meters where someone had put either a bent coin in it, or they tried to stuff a coin in that wasn't supposed to go in there, or even in some cases they have actually wrenched the whole coin mechanism out and got the gas for nothing. But yeah, I used to have to go out. I had a set of keys, I had master keys for all these meters. We used to have to go out and clear the jams, which was fun. I used to have a set of keys for the standby engineer at the time. So I used to do all the gas emergency work, gas escapes, explosions, and all sorts of stuff. Good fun. Good fun back in the day. I missed my time on the tools, to be fair. I came off the tools and went into sales and then went into management, and it was never as nice as being on the tools, really. The money was better, you got a nice car and all the rest of it, but much more fun on the tools. Much more job satisfaction, shall we say. Right, so whip the handle off. We've got a screw either side to take out. Money, it's a gas. Rain. Days on the main board? What are you on about, George? Days? Oh, Dallies. You mean Dallies? Yeah, the Dallies are going to be knackered. It's got an Elka mode in it as well, just for good measure. Let's get a little cup. As I say, this is virtually the same as the RP30 Herald, except that this has got the FM, IF, and front end in it. Obviously, the Herald is just AM, and you've got extra buttons on this one. Interstation muting is quite interesting on these, but you've got to keep the button pressed down; it doesn't lock. Also, we've got problems with these buttons not locking as well. They're not latching. That's just a gummed up mechanism. That's fairly easy to sort. We've got 2 screws inside. One there. Forceps. Now let's get the forceps. And a washer. Same on this side. So yeah, it'd be nice to see a swept alignment on one of these. Ow, God, I keep whacking my elbow on the stabber lock. It'd be nice to see a swept alignment on one of these. I can do it, I think, but I can't do it with the digital scope because that doesn't like XY mode, and I've never managed to get the old whack my elbow right on the corner of that. Swine. Spanky saying you agree with me, out on the shop floor years ago, then supervising now, project management, you miss going out. I know, it is. You can't, I mean, if you're trained in a trade, you always want to advance yourself and go further up the line, but, you know, the best times were when you're on the tools, really. I think so, for me anyway. Right, that's that out. We've got the amplifier unplugged, so it should in theory just lift out, but they seldom do. So they've got little recesses in them for the plastic grommets that hold the. This one's no exception. Go on. Come by. There we go. That's that one. And this one. Yeah, there's a little bit of ply they stick to the limb inside. Why on earth they do that, I don't know. Come on. Are you going to come out? Oh, you little monkey. I've got one side out, but this side doesn't want to release. because the plastic thingy bobber is moving about. It's not locked in properly. And we've got the aerial in the way just for good measure. Steady. The ferret. Yeah, that one's well and truly popped out, that has. Great. Great. Come on. Come on. You know you want to. Come on. It's nearly there. Oh dear, oh dear. It really doesn't want to play ball, this one. Right. He's coming. He's a-coming. Was that one popped back in? No. Got him. We got him. Let's pull the speaker leads off. Yeah, so they've got that. See that little recess there? Why they've done that, I don't know, because it makes it a pain in the neck to try and get it out. And we've got the same on this side. And these plastic things sit in that recess, and that one's very loose. In fact, they're both very loose. Anyway, he's out. So we know we've got a short on here somewhere. So it's going to be one of these dallies or this big silver one. So let's have that one out as well. Leave that one in there for now. So one of these caps is absolutely shot. Got quite a lot of corrosion around here, and it could be that this dally here spilt his guts. Just get the old eyes on a minute. Let's zoom you in a little bit. You is returned. What have you missed? Mike's just fixed a 45-inch Samsung TV. MOSFET had gone in the power supply. Somebody gave me it as they got a new telly. Nice one, Mike. Have you got the tower working now, George? Are you actually on it? Are you on air, George? Was it classical gas? Classical gas? What do you mean? I'm not with you, Derek. Paul? Paul dropped in, did he? I can't see Paul. Your Hacker VHF had a warped cone. Let's get the eyes on and have a look at this board a minute. We've definitely got corrosion here. You can see that or not, but definitely got corrosion in that area. Also down here, but that's resistor lag. I mean, it's full of dallies. I mean, look at the thing. It's absolutely brimming full of dallies. So one of those is gone short, or nearly short. I mean, it was pulling nearly an amp when I took it off of current limit. Well, I didn't take it off of current limit, but I wound the current up a bit. It went up to about an amp. So way too much. Of course, it could be a short on one of the transistors, but unlikely. If it is, it'll be this one back here, AC127, or hopefully not the OC81. OC81s are getting incredibly hard to get hold of and very expensive, thanks to the fuzz face fuzz pedal people. Guitar pedal. Snapped them all up for effects pedals. Right, which one is knackered? Let's see if we can check some with the ESR meter to start with. Let's see if it's just one that's doing it or a combination of all of them. So the first one is in here. That's across there. Saying that's 670, but it's 0.2 ESR, so that one's going to be not too bad. I mean, the cap itself is a 300, I think. Is it a 500? 500, so that's not a million miles off. That's this red CCL thing. Let's try the dally in behind that one, just there. Now that's got an ESR of 3.5 ohms. That's not good. Let's try the next one, which is in there. So it looks like this one's been out before because there's scratching on the bottom of the board here. Yeah, someone's done a bit of a scratchy on that, so someone's been in here. .17, 396, 250. Yeah, that one's not mentally bad. Let's try this one. Oh, hello. Hello, am I in the right place here? No, I'm not. I think someone's taken these out and tested them, you know. Let's try there. Yeah, that is knackered. 38 ohms. That's the worst one yet. Let's try this one here. So people say don't blanket change caps, don't they? But, you know, why would you leave them in? 2.4, very high ESR. Let's try, what's the other one? Is that it there? I think that's it there. 32 ohms ESR. Absolutely knackered. Shall I carry on? There's really no point, is there? 2.4. What about over here? Open circuit or low capacitance. Oh no, 1.29, only one beep. That one is open circuit. And this one here, someone's been in here. Someone has been in here and took some of these out, looks of it, but they put them back in again. It's a bit bizarre. Can't even get a reading at all. Oh, there we go. Dear, oh dear. I think you get the picture. Over 40 ohms ESR, that one. 50 microfarad. So they're all knackered, basically. I think you're dead right, Theo. It's everybody moans and groans. Oh, he's changing capacitors. Cap changer. But at the end of the day, old electrolytics aren't very reliable. Well, the modern ones aren't very reliable, but there you go. You've got to get them out, people. It's just no wonder that wasn't working. Okay. Let's get the chassis up. Let's have a look at this Elka mode. Elka mode. I haven't got any clips on this, I'm just holding it on here at the moment. Elka mode. .800 microfarads, and I think it's 300, that one, isn't it? Something like that. Can't remember now, but it's certainly not 800. It's not. I think it's 330. We've got another Dali down there, look. 10 microfarads, 12 volts. Let's have a look at that one for a laugh. Open circuit or low capacitance. And this one. In circuit leaky. Well, it is in circuit, and it is probably also leaky. I've got another one over here, which has got the shield on it, so that one's gone as well. Get some cheap caps from AliExpress. Oh, you've got some cheap. Last for years, hopefully. That fish looks like it has a crack across it. It's Pepperidge Farm, how are you, mate? Everlasting electrolytic, yeah. Chungs are better than Dalis. Anything's better than Dalis, Mike. Right. So we know that the amplifier's got to be recapped. That Dali's knackered. That one's quite a way over, but that's not going to really stop the radio dead. That one might. The AF117s are going to stop it dead. Are we zapping these or changing them, Daniel? Storm has passed. Let's see if we can get this work in a minute. I'm not saying that, we're just wasting time on it, really. We're just wasting time because it's not going to work unless we do all the transistors. So let's get the transistors out. Are we zapping or replacing, Daniel? Do you want it? If you want it looking original, we'll have to zap them. And it does save the planet because we're not throwing away transistors. 0%. Whatever next. So yeah, the tropical fish caps down here have just got the little bit of wax on them flaking. They're not broken. No, all the tropical fish look good, George. Oh, that one's got a little crack in him there. Is that a crack? Or is that just the way it's finished? Yeah, maybe that one ought to go. That one has got a crack in him. That one there's not looking very well. I expect he's alright though. I expect he measures alright, but I think we're going to need to change that. And the other thing, it's got these blimmin' horrible cylindrical resistors with the caps on each end. If one of those pulls away, we're in trouble. That one doesn't look too healthy down there. Well, let's have a quick poke. No, he's alright. So I'm just going to go in and number these so as they go back in the same place. So number 1 at the top, counting down. So top audio design engineers who've been in the business since the 70s will bite your bollards off if you fail to change all old electrolytics. Yeah, I don't know. Pat Jones, how you doing? Hunts are better than Dallies. No, 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 no. No, not Hunts, Pat. Chungs or Chongs, I think. Daniel, are we zapping? Are we zapping? Blow them up. Dom saying blow them up. Blow them up. Let's get the alcohol, well, the non-alcohol out the way. Let's get that out the way. We don't want to burn the handle. Ooh, bit of a puff then. All old audio engineers from the 70s are probably already in homes now. No, Michael. Changing caps in the AFs might work. Not sucking very well here, people. I think I might be full. I think we need to service the desoldering tool yet again. It's a very angry desoldering tool, this, isn't it? Ugh. I think we might be a little bit blocked up there, don't you? Ah. A little bit backed up there. We need some laxatives. You would take the AF117 and put it inside the Russian trans. Yeah, there's no problem with that comment, Harvey. I don't know why YouTube flagged that up. Try and see if they'll zap, if not replace. They will zap, Daniel. We could stick Russians inside and stick the top back on, but then we've got to remove the top from the other caps, which is double time, really. Points makes prizes, and it's £10 a minute here, Labour. £10 a minute. It's not. Be nice if it was. I'd be able to retire all over again. Right, that was a bit of an over full solder chamber on that. 5:25. Got no blue roll left. Have no blue roll. I have no blue roll. It's a Duratool multi. It's a combined one with a soldering iron on it as well, but I don't use a soldering iron anymore. But you can buy just a normal one without the soldering iron if you've got your soldering iron. But I bought this originally as it was the only one available at the time, but they've since brought them out individually, not as a complete station. You've been looking at the Duratool. Mike, thanks very much, mate. You've got to go and cook the dinner. Cheers, Mike. And next week will be the giveaway, Mike, for the R200, so make sure you tune in for that, mate. We'll see who the lucky winner of that is. And we'll just do a quick go over that at the end, just to let you know how you can enter if you haven't already. Right, just rebuilding this thing yet again. It's forever eating filters. Luckily I've got quite a few. I always worry that they'll stop making this, they'll bring out another model and then stop doing the spares for these, and then you've got to, well, you're stuffed basically, because if an element goes you've got to change the whole setup, which you know, it's highly possible. I've done a couple elements on these. In fact, I've done 2 or 3 on this one, I'm not sure now. Said more than one anyway, that's for sure. Still got the soldering, the desoldering tool turned on because they take forever to warm up. Yep, we're fully sucking. ZD915. Yeah, that's the one. Ganesh, how you doing, mate? Welcome. Welcome, Ganesh. Right, if I get all this muck off my hands. I'm down to my last couple of these big wipes. These are great, but oh, I'm down to my last one. My last big wipe. I must get some more of these. They are mega useful. They get flux off, they get paint off, they get glue off your hands even. Really good. Not that I'm advertising them, but you've only ever used a manual sucker. I know, Dom, I mean that's all I used to use until I started doing a lot of work, and then it would have been a pain in the ass trying to get them all out with a manual sucker. And the other thing with a manual sucker, you're far more likely to lift a trace with a manual one than you are with one of these. Let's chuck this in a bag. So I've got lead all over the desk now. Just need to get rid of that. Surprising how much you get in those. Look at that lot. You don't really want that all over yourself or breathing it in, but yeah, my soda sucker is absolutely rubbish, Dom. It's it was good, but it hasn't lasted really. It was expensive as well. It wasn't a cheap one, so I do need to get another soda sucker as well. It's all expense in it. End of the day, if you've got tools and you use them a lot, they're going to wear out eventually. Gonna get that all over my hands again. Right. Get an engineer one. Yeah, some of that engineer kit is really good, George. I know you had the same one as me originally, but the threads are gone on mine. I PTFE'd them up, but they're still not great. Every so often I've just got to tighten it back up again. It's a pain in the neck. Right, okay. Let's get back to it then. Where was I? We determined that the caps are knackered, but we also know the transistors are going to have shorts, so let's get them out. Let's do the AM ones first. Half an hour. We might better get the AM ones out. So we've got a green wire on that third one. Come on, undo, you little monkey. Yeah, it's these are difficult to get out anytime, but if you're only using a solder sucker, then good luck with that. That's one. Well, you can just heat them up and pull them out. I suppose it's probably easier, but you've got no room on this particular transistor to get in there, really. Struggling to get the forceps in there. Come on out, you little monkey. This is the shield wire here. It's coming. It's gone back in. Two. It's only that one, I think, that's holding it in now. Yeah. Okay, we're nearly there. This one's the hardest one to get out. Always best to do the hardest one first. You put up a fight, that one. One down. Two to go. One. Two. These are easy because you can actually get at the wires on these. That first one you can't get out of the wire. Mr. Laser Sound, how are you doing, mate? You're not intruding? Not at all. Good to see you. And the last leg. Two out. Now this dallie's got to come out to get this one out. Well, it hasn't got to, but come out, you little sod. Thank you. Dally out. Shield wire. Probably can't see where I am now because I'm in front of it, I think. Come on. Just got a picture. Derek! To put in the meter for the power cut. Yeah. Thank you, mate. Thank you, thank you. Come on out. Squeak, 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 squeak. Nearly there. Shouldn't really put the gun down on the desk like that, but there we are. That's those out. We've got 20 minutes. We've got time to get these out as well. No, because I've got to take that shield off. Let's have a look at these then. So there's our Elka mode. Elka mode. The Elka modes are on me. Yes, Hacker Sovereign 1 mic. So let's have a look and see what's going on. Shall we have a play with this thing? I've actually got one of these, look. I picked up a while back. I don't know if we've got a high enough range on the ohm scale, but we'll try it. Right, okay. Let's have a look at these transistors then. So we need it to be connecting from the shield wire or the can. Let's make sure we got the can. We got the can. Okay, so to collector. Nothing there. Base. Emitter. Nothing. And this doesn't really go up into the mega ohms though, so you may have minute shorts there and not be able to measure it with this meter, but we can see the needles, the needle move. That's just me giving it. So let's just check the can. Yeah, okay. So collector. Okay, we've got some shorts on that one. That's shield to collector. Shield to base. And shield to emitter. Oh, nasty. So that one's knackered. That is transistor number 1. That was the very first one in the IF chain, so there's no wonder it didn't work on AM. And let's try the last one. Again to collector. Nothing. Base. And emitter. So there you are. Just that very first one was the problem. You've got 125B in white I got three. I got two 25Bs and a 25A, I think, Mike. So number one is the bad transistor. Let's just try that on the digital meter then with a bit more of a higher scale. Let's see how that compares. So let's go to ohms. I'll leave it on auto range. So number 3 was showing no shorts on the analog meter. Let's try it on the digital one. Okay, so yeah, we have got shorts on that. It's up in the mega ohms, but we have got a bit of a short on it. So that's the collector, base, and emitter. So it's only the collector to the shield. I think it's not there now. Yeah. Yeah, we have got shorts on that. That should just stay OL. So that's transistor number 3 has got shorts. That's number 1, which we know has got shorts. This is the one with really bad shorts. .3K to collector. It was the emitter that was really bad. That's 75 ohms. If I get a better connection, it'll probably be more than that. 38 ohms. And the last one, so analog meter is good, but Mac Vision, thank you. You need a hip operation, any chance? No problem, mate. No problem. If I can sort you out, I will. So let's have a look at this one then. Nothing on the collector. Nothing on the base. So that is as it should be. Just get a better connection on that. Yeah, so number 2's got no shorts, but 1 and 3 has. Thanks Mac Vision anyway. And yeah, we can sort you out a hip operation soon. So let's check to see if they're transistors. Just going to connect them up to the transistor tester. Some people say that these don't measure germaniums very well, but this particular one does. I'm not sure about the other versions, but this one does seem to work very well. So we should see a transistor, hopefully. No. Okay. So this one has got issues. It's saying it's basically it's 2 diodes, it thinks, unless I've got a bad connection on one. Just move that down a bit. Sometimes if you don't get a really good connection, they'll show as diodes. Let's give them a little bit of a wiggle. Try that again. No. So that one might be knackered. We'll zap it anyway and see if it comes up. But that's number 1, which was the very first one in the IF chain. So that one might be FOOP. Houston, we have power. We're back. Right. So, to finish off then, this is being raffled off or drawn. We're going to do the draw for this next week. What have we done with the chassis? Come on, chassis. Chassis, chassis. Oh, down there. This R200, I'm going to put this back together this week. And you'll be able to win this. Now what we need to do is you're going to need to where are we? You're going to need to put a keyword. For the giveaway. The keyword is Robert. Let me just put this up on screen. So you need to go to the video from last week, not this video. You need to go to last week's video from last Sunday. And in the comments, you need to write the word Robert. You need to be a subscriber and also give it the thumbs up if you would. So just pop in the comments the keyword Robert. And if you're not a subscriber, then subscribe and hit that bell. So I will check. No double entries with people with 2 channel names, just one please. If I find a double entry, I'll delete both because I'm nice like that. I swore and the audio vanished. Yeah, so no double accounts. If you've got 2 accounts, just use one. Now give everybody a chance. As I say, you'll need to go to the video from last week. Let me just get that up for you. Oh, nice. Toe fungus. Why have they come up with a toe fungus advert on my video? Right, so let's go back to my screen. So you need to go to this video from last week, Sunday Live, let's give away Robert. And you'll see I've already got 39 comments in there. Some quite nice use of words there for Robert. So there's quite a few, as I say, 39 in there at the moment. So if you haven't entered, then please do so. As you can see, it's a lovely radio. It's even nicer now. And obviously I've painted the badge in. Oh, hello, I've jumped now. That was me trying to sort out the problem with it, wasn't it? That was a pain, that problem, but we got there in the end. Trying to get back to the picture of the front of the thing now. Yeah, so pop your keyword in there, Robert, and you'll be in with a chance of winning it. Are we all okay with that? You're a Northern Rambler. Everybody's Northern Rambler. Best man wins. So there you go. Giveaway next Sunday. Next Sunday. So in the week, Mrs. Cruncher is got late. So I think it's 2 or 3 days next week. I think it's Wednesday, and Thursday. It might be Friday as well, but I think it's Wednesday and Thursday. So probably Wednesday night we'll do a late night stream on shortwave. So probably come on after my tea about 8 o'clock, and then we'll go through to like 10, 11 o'clock, however long it takes really. I'll get all the cameras set up over the other side of the room, and we'll be able to look at all my radio kit, all my amateur radio gear and that, and get your own shortwave radios out, and maybe we'll just do a quick little like a little challenge for you. I was thinking it's going to be an honesty thing, but basically just score yourself a point if you can hear the same station, so to speak. So if I'm tuned to like Radio Caroline and you can hear Radio Caroline where you are, you get a point. If you can't, you don't get a point. And then top them all up at the end, and we'll see who's got the most points. I mean, you might find stations that I can't hear, well, you would do, but it'll be difficult for me to try and monitor it and tune to stations that you suggest. So you're working Wednesday night, are you, Dom? I might be able to come on a couple nights. We'll see how Wednesday evening goes. If it goes all right, then I might come on Thursday as well. You know, I've got nothing else to do really. Once I've walked the dogs, done the dishes, ate tea, that's it. I just chill out then. So cheers, George. Catch you soon, mate. So yeah, there we go. So next Wednesday night we'll do shortwave listening. Get your scanners out, your SDRs, your receivers, whatever you're on. We'll look at probably medium wave, or long wave, medium wave, and short wave. So we'll probably look at all of those. I don't think we'll do VHF. We could do some VHF, but the problem is VHF really you want to be in the daytime because there's not going to be many VHF stations about in the night. So there you are. So yeah, it will be good, Doug. I mean, I can hear the States out here of an evening, no problem at all. Walk the tea and at the dogs. Do you get a point as you have Radio Caroline on now? I think you ought to, Mike. Thank you, Andrew Harris. Radio Caroline, I can just about get here. It's on a good night. Without any noise, I can just about get Radio Caroline. So I'll be going around switching off any switch mode power supplies will be off. Although I've got to keep the stuff on for the computer. But I'll have to set everything up on that side of the room. I've not worked out exactly how to do that yet, but I will be. So don't forget then, Wednesday night, get your shortwave kit out, and we'll see what we can all hear. And I'm happy for you to throw stations my way and see if I can pick them up as well. And it'll be fun trying to identify what they are. That's the big part for me, is actually identifying the station. So I need some help with that, I'm sure. And there's quite a few of my followers are very keen shortwave listeners. So I mean, Dom's title says a lot of it. Driver Films Shortwave. So you should be good. We're looking for big things from you, Dom. You've just got an MLA 30 plus. What's that, Andrew? I don't know what that is. So there you are, people. That's it for now. So Wednesday night, shortwave, live stream probably about 8 till 11, something like that. And then Sunday we'll be doing the giveaway of Mr. Racing Demon's R200 that I've sorted. So that's all for today. Don't forget, give this one a thumbs up. If you've got any comments, then please leave them below. And if you're not a subscriber, hit the button and hit the bell for hit the bell for further updates. And Sean, yeah, Wednesday night, mate. You need to be on Wednesday night, Sean, from 8 o'clock. Number stations will be great, Jeff, if we could get some number stations. They absolutely intrigue me, number stations. So anybody can get a number station. You get 2 points for a number station. 2 points for a number station, 1 point for a normal one. Look. Cheers, everybody. Catch you in the week, if not before. And I will see you soon. Have a good one. Bye for now.